Alright, this is a 2014 Ford Escape. We are investigating a battery drain. The car has been sitting here for an hour now. Everything should be asleep. As you can see, we have a 3.18 amps leaving our battery. I am keeping the battery charged using this. And it is not affecting our battery drain the way I have it set up. I'll go ahead and switch it off. As you can see, not much change. See, it's off. We got 12.9. Switch it on. Really not a big change. So we're gonna go over here. Got our fuse removal pliers. Get a flashlight so we can see. So down in here is your body control module. And we are going after fuse number 69, which is this one here. And this is for our instrument cluster. You see the fuse number is above it. So 69. So this fuse here, fuse 88, actually feeds power to 79, 69, and 67. According to the diagram, 69, I believe, powers the cluster, and nothing else. We are going to pull just this one fuse for the cluster. See? We pulled fuse 69. Now we are going to go back to the fuse box. In a way, I know to do that. I've already checked. The fuse 88 powers those three fuses. And I've already done this exercise before. What you would do, find the fuses that are drawing. I use the amp hound. This here is the amp hound. You can turn it on and change the fuse size, change the fuse value from the amperage ratings, and then you simply touch these probes. See those little tabs sticking out right there? And then it will tell you how much current is going through it. So if there's nothing going through here, you'll see triple zeros, or if there's a half amp or 2 amps going through this, you'll see 0.5 or 2.0. So I've already checked it. I know that fuse 88 is drawing, and I know that all three fuses below that, which are 79, 69, and 67, are drawing. I am double confirming now and showing you when I pull this instrument cluster fuse. We're going to come back to our amp meter, and you will see now I have a 30 milliamp draw. So one fuse for the instrument cluster. And you see that only took like 20 seconds for me to walk around here, and the car's already asleep. So, and that's the only fuse that I pulled. Now, what is the problem with this is that this, as you can see, it's loose. The customer's already replaced this with a used one, took it to the dealer and had them program it at the dealer. So is this cluster bad too? His original cluster was bad. Now he's got this bad. Did he change anything else? I'm not sure yet. I need to get the backstory now. I do know that he has changed this. As you can see, it's loose. It should just be taken out. So it is hot. It is physically hot. Not really super hot. Oops, I hit the lights. But This car has been off for an hour. Nothing in here should be hot. This is warm to the touch. This is probably 110 degrees right here. So I know that this has been consuming power. Just get it unplugged here. Alright, so you see the cluster only has one connector. It appears it's supposed to have one of those slide locks, where as you slide it out, it pushes itself out. So the customer must have either broken it or removed it at some point when he changed this cluster. So that's it, just one connector. So the follow-up thing you could do to make sure, I'm pretty sure I already looked at the power distribution diagram, and that fuse doesn't power anything else. But to make sure nothing else is going weird is to remove the cluster itself and put the fuse back in and see if the draw returns. If it does, there might be something else going on. If it doesn't, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to say that the cluster that he bought from the junkyard and had it installed also has the same problem. Maybe, maybe not. But there's really not much other answer than that. If I take only the cluster out and all the fuses are back in and there's no draw with just the cluster removed, undeniably the cluster is the problem. Whether it be programming or some sort of fault in here, I don't know what else he's changed. Maybe he fixed the problem and then created another one with this, but this is definitely what's drawing. You can feel the heat on it. And with all the fuses back in, if there's no draw with this out, this is the only module removed, then this is the problem still. So let's go put that fuse back in and see what happens. As you can see, still only 30 milliamps. Remember, 100 milliamps is 0.1 amps, so this is 0.03 amps. We're back at the body control module here. Putting fuse 69 back in. So fuse 69 is back in. The cluster is out. I'm gonna go back to our amp meter and see what we got. Car did not wake up. We still only have a 0.03 amp draw, 30 milliamps. So indeed, 100%, no other issue. All fuses are in, everything's checked. The whole car is still asleep with only the cluster removed. So unfortunately, even though it's been replaced, I believe 100% this is the issue. Now I'll try to maybe try to program it, make sure the as-built is done. I'm sure Ford already does that though. If they programmed it, they use IDS, got all the as-built correct. I believe I've already checked that with FORScan. Everything was fine. Load the as-built, nothing changed, everything was good there. I did PMI with the Autel, same problem. So fortunately, he may have just run into two bad clusters. That's what you get with the used cluster, especially if they have these problems. If it's a common problem, you could run into a used part being bad as well. Fortunately, a new cluster is like 800 bucks, but you know, if it fixes the problem, it fixes the problem. We could try another used one if he wants, but with all the fuses in, the draw gone, the car staying asleep, this is 100% the issue. I hope this helps somebody with a battery drain. If you had a thermal gun too, and you let this sit while charging the battery, the only thing you should see warm would be the battery and this cluster, maybe the fuses over there that control it. And then you would know that this is where the power is coming from. But again, fuse 88 is a supply fuse for 79, 69, and 67. In this instance, I did pull 79 I did get a amp drop, but it didn't go to sleep. Put it back in, pulled 69, and within 30 seconds, the whole system went to sleep. So this is the issue. All fuses in, no drain, car's asleep. Only module missing is this. That's the problem. Hope this helps somebody. Thanks.